This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. In this video brought to you by the luxury world, we will be predicting and anticipating the launches of Rolex this 2024. Our consolidated compilation of the Rolex predictions for this year is both bold and substantial. It considers several factors, including economic indicators and the discerned patterns that define a brand's approach. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we highly recommend doing so now to stay informed about our future video releases. Anticipate a further increase in Rolex prices this year. Rolex is poised to implement a price hike at the start of this year, which took effect on January 1st. The confirmation of this change is grounded in our documented observations of Rolex consistently raising prices in the past 2 years, both times taking effect on New Year's Day. While the prospect of a Rolex price increases this year may not be universally embraced, it falls within the company's prerogative. The surge in demand, combined with the consistently high quality of their products, justifies such adjustments. It is pragmatic to recognize that those who can afford a $10,000 watch can accommodate a $10,500 price point. While prolonged price increases may pose challenges for potential Rolex buyers, they simultaneously work to the advantage of existing Rolex owners by helping to maintain the value of their current watches over time. A Rolex model that's set to be phased out this 2024 will become a symbol of distinction. Currently, Rolex is safeguarding information that indicates they are facing production challenges, particularly related to color red in the GMT Master 2 Pepsi bezel. Given the brand's meticulous approach and focus on production efficiency, it would not be surprising if the Pepsi 126710BL Laro model may be discontinued this year. The Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi has unquestionably been an iconic timepiece for several decades, and the potential discontinuation may disappoint many enthusiasts. However, there is reassurance in the fact that Rolex has revived it in the past, suggesting a likelihood of its return once production challenges are resolved. Additionally, there is speculation that the Coke version, featuring a black and red bezel, might make an appearance this year as a replacement. Collectors can expect to observe a significant increase in the production output of Rolex. The discourse has persisted for a few years, initially surfacing as a rumor hinting at Rolex considering investments in additional factories. Gradually, this speculation materialized into reality when Rolex officially announced its intention to enhance production. While such transformations necessitate a substantial time, we predict that 2024 will be the year when consumers start observing the tangible results of this increased production at Rolex. Supporting indicators for this expectation include the availability of watches for purchase in displays at authorized dealerships, the resurgence of coveted models in display safes, reduced wait lists for popular Rolex timepieces, and a noticeable and swift decline in prices within the secondary market. Rolex will revive a vintage classic. Last year, Rolex introduced the 1908, a vintage reissue, and a solid gold Daytona that closely resembled the vintage Paul Newman reference. A distinct forecast for Rolex this year is the continued launch of watches with a vintage-inspired aesthetic. A promising contender for reintroduction is the Perpetual calendar moon phase model. Original vintage pieces of this specific model are rare in the pre-owned market, and when they do appear at auctions, they command price tags well into the six-figure range. Rolex to revive the hype for the Oyster Perpetual dial. In 2020, Rolex made a daring move by introducing a vibrant array of colors for their Oyster Perpetual collection, causing a sensation in the watch world. The Oyster Perpetual, once considered an entry-level Rolex watch, became highly coveted and faced scarcity issues, selling for twice its original price on the pre-owned market. Since then, Rolex has phased out about half of the color options, leading the demand for the Oyster Perpetual to return to its previous levels. It is conceivable that Rolex has identified the Oyster Perpetual lineup as a platform for boldness, excitement, and innovation within their brand. There is a possibility that Rolex will rekindle the enthusiasm for Oyster Perpetual dials by introducing new variations this year. In speculation, Rolex might explore textured dials as part of their design strategy, moving away from vibrant colors. This approach has gained popularity, contributing to the elevated status of brands like Grand Seiko in the watch collecting community. A Rolex Submariner with a 37mm size is set to be launched. Rolex and its sister brand, Tudor, share a significant part of their heritage. Traditionally, it has been Tudor that follows in the footsteps of Rolex, but our prediction for this year suggests a reversal of roles. In the previous year, Tudor took a daring step by introducing a 37mm Black Bay diver. Despite the inherent risks, the watch generated tremendous enthusiasm and proved to be a resounding success, standing out at Watches and Wonders Geneva. A surprising yet intriguing forecast for this year is the launch of a 37mm Submariner. This move aligns with the growing trend of smaller watches and is anticipated to attract individuals with more petite wrists, including men seeking a smaller size or women eager to join the Submariner collection. Rose gold is poised to make its debut in the Submariner collection. If we could see one desire come true from our 2024 Rolex predictions, it would be the introduction of Submariners in both two-tone and solid rose gold. Rolex's acclaimed Everose Gold, celebrated for its warm tone, could seamlessly complement the Submariner collection. The inclusion of rose gold opens numerous possibilities for new combinations of dial and bezel colors within the Submariner line. Traditionally, the Submariner collection has been restrained in its use of colors, often revolving around green. The incorporation of rose gold holds the potential to infuse excitement into this collection, providing collectors with a varied selection of watches to enhance their collections. A chronograph reference will be introduced to the Seadweller collection. For Rolex to make a significant impact and elevate the Seadweller collection to new heights, a bold move would be the introduction of a second chronograph in a 45mm case design. The notion of Rolex expanding its chronograph offerings beyond the Daytona is not far-fetched. With increased manufacturing capabilities, it becomes rational to produce more chronograph movements, especially considering economies of scale. Notably, besides the Perpetual calendar in the Seadweller collection, the chronograph movement is the only one not shared with any other collection. While it may or may not be a contributing factor, a recent competitive trend has emerged between Omega and Rolex in the creation of exceptionally deep-diving watches. It would not be surprising if Rolex, in response, equips the Seadweller with a chronograph, strategically aiming to capture a portion of the Omega Planet Ocean market share. The prices of used Rolex watches on the gray market are expected to continue their downward trend in 2024. Another expected trend for Rolex watches prices this year is a price decrease. Two significant factors supporting this downward direction are the increased supply of Rolex watches and the exit of flippers from the industry. As Rolex continues to enhance the availability of its watches, the sense of scarcity diminishes. Consequently, gray market dealers encounter challenges in selling watches that were previously considered hard to obtain at a premium. The inability to command higher premiums on Rolex watches in the gray market reduces the purchasing power of gray market dealers when acquiring inventory. This ripple effect negatively impacts flippers, individuals who buy Rolex watches at retail prices only to quickly resell them at a profit to pre-owned dealers. With flippers leaving the market, there will be greater availability for collectors to purchase watches at retail prices. This combined effect, along with Rolex's initial increase in supply, is expected to contribute to a decline in the prices of pre-owned watches. Previewing the Rolex offerings for the year 2024. Traditionally, a brief period before Rolex reveals its latest watches at Watches and Wonders, images of the upcoming releases start circulating on forums through leaked screenshots. There is a prevailing belief that these leaks may come from authorized Rolex dealers or individuals with insider connections within the organization. Regardless of their origin, these leaks reduce the surprise factor during the official launch event. Expecting this pattern to persist, it is advisable to avoid forums in the week preceding Watches and Wonders if you wish to experience the revelations as surprises during the event. What are your opinions regarding the 2024 Rolex predictions discussed in this video? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comments section. If you liked this video, let us know that too in the comments section below. Remember to follow us too and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.